How's it going, guys? Corey here again, of course. Okay, in this video, you've probably seen by the title already. Essentially, I just wanted to get you guys the updated roadmap before the year ends. So the team have, you probably saw on Ken's Twitter, been having some intense meetings these last few days, really just sitting down and contemplating basically all of 2022, where the focus is going to be, getting everything in order, obviously staffing, some of the builds that we're going to be doing as well, and some of the timelines. Essentially what you do at the end of every year. It's basically come to a conclusion now, and we do have some answers, so I just wanted to get it out to you as quickly as possible so that we don't end the year missing a promise. So what I'm going to do is read through the timeline or the roadmap that I've been given for 2022. There's obviously going to be some changes, and the changes will be reflected on our website as soon as possible so that you guys can remember it. We will also be doing some graphics and designs so that you guys can have it, you know, within the community as well, so you can share it around, save a picture if you want to. We will make everything that we can possible to make it easily accessible for you guys. I'm just going to be reading off the screen here. Apologies for looking away. I'm just reading the document that they have. So yeah, I'll go through the bare essentials, really everything that you guys will be looking for. So in Q1 in 2022, so we're looking at like January, February and March, what you'll basically be seeing is the 3D closed beta. So that's giving us a week or two just for the end of the year, even though our goal was the 30th to the 31st. Like, we're not going to guarantee that date because we don't want to release anything, I guess, too early. We know it's broken, so there's no point in you guys testing something that we know is already broken. So just give us a little bit of time. If it does go into the first or second week of January, that's totally fine. You guys are going to have access anyway. I did see a lot of you guys ask about how to get entry into the closed beta. That hasn't been released yet, so just stay tuned for that. I don't know how many it's going to be, etc. So there'll be much more news, don't stress. None of the team knows on the support team either, so no point in really asking them. And then we're also going to be having basically a swap widget or an onboarding widget, and an onboarding widget as well. Basically what that means is that you guys will have the Kyber swap ability native to our website, so you'll be able to go to one of the sections on the website and essentially just like obviously your wallet's already connected to the website, so you'll be able to swap from like USDT to Matic or whatever. You won't need to leave the website, so it will all be there. And then secondly, we're going to actually be integrating Ramp onto our website. Contracts are all good to go, we just need to integrate it. So at some point at the start of the year, I would estimate January as well, you are actually going to be able to purchase, I think it's Matic, USDC, really anything that you'd need. You will be able to purchase that with a card. So it'll just, you know, a normal credit card, you can purchase it directly. You don't need to go through all of the exchanges. One cool thing about Ramp, actually in, I think January or February next year as well, they will be actually having an off-ramping system. So you guys, again, won't be needing to interact with exchanges if you don't want to. You'll be able to literally cash out anything like USDC, whatever. You'll be able to sell it directly, again, back to your native currency on your card from our website. So the entire process will require you not to leave the website. If you've ever used Ramp before from Axie's website, you'll be able to use it again on our website without doing KYC and all of that stuff again. So if you haven't used it before, it's very, very simple. Basically just purchase with your card and you're good to go. So the next thing we will be doing in Q1 is changing the Pega's name feature. As you guys are already aware how that works, it'll be with food. And that'll cost VIS. So I don't have prices or anything like that, but that is the goal. Then we'll have a notification feature. So that's all of your important news, notifications, all of that stuff. That'll just be integrated, kind of like how you've got the little wallet emblem on your on the Pegaxy website. Sorry, there'll be like, you know, like a newsletter, an email, or something like that. A little notification where you'll be able to see everything as well, just so that you guys can be, I guess, universally informed instead of having to be, you know, all over social media or Discord. You can get all of your news there. So we'll be doing that one. And then we'll have the initial sale of food, which some more, I guess, information will be released in the future. But that's all of the interesting stuff that we've been thinking of integrating into food that'll be for sale for VIS that will then get burnt. So we won't be taking the VIS at this stage of the plan, I should say. So yeah, right now everything will be for sale for VIS that will get burnt. So in the Q1 as well, actually, there will be the official release of the web game, which is the 3D game. So it will come out of beta and then move into what we would call the official Pegaxy game. So that will go into something where basically it's like what you guys are seeing in the beta 3D game, but fully optimized and working perfectly. So on basically any device, at least a pretty low standard. So yeah, that's what we do plan to release in Q1 as well. And then of course finally Crowned Pega. That will be happening in Q1 at some point. I know a lot of you guys are excited for that, to use your Fable tokens to see what Crowned Pega will look like. So we're working hard on that one as well. I'll move over to Q2 now. So Q2 is April, May and June. So Q2 will likely have our first stadium sale event. No news on the prices, of course, and the systems behind it. We do need to do a lot of planning as well, but that one will happen. So we're looking at Q2, and then the beta release mobile game for Android. So this is essentially like the completely open. The closed beta will probably expand pretty quickly, the amount of people that are able to use it, as we gradually scale it, and then we will be releasing, I guess, open fully to the public in Q2 so that anyone can use it. We just need to make sure that it is fully optimized for the low end of Android devices, I should say. It's a little bit difficult with the size of the game that we do want to integrate, but the beta release for Android would also include most of the features, so you know, like the marketplace and all that stuff, not just racing. So yeah, we just need obviously a bit more time to make sure that we can do everything on chain as well inside the app. And then we have the initial sale of gear and possibly something called loot boxes, but that's I guess a preliminary plan. So initial sale of gear for sure is going to be in Q2 sometime. There's going to be a lot more news and ideas and I guess information about what gear is. So don't stress too much if you're not too sure on what that will do or what it affects. Then in Q2 as well, we will have the Pegaxy Community Hackathon with rewards for developer incentives from the Developer Incentive Fund, I should say. So that's what we're going to be having. Essentially, we want to see the best of the best out of the community and really reward them for building some tools, and maybe even open the opportunity up to come and work for us over here at Pegaxy as well. So I guess in Q2 it's going to be pretty exciting if you are a developer, so keep an eye out for that and do keep your ideas flowing. So in Q3, the goal is to have the official mobile release of the game, so that only kind of leaves us 3 months at minimum, 3 to 5 months probably. And then I should probably say Q3 involves July, August and September. So yes, the official game release, which is all features on mobile, properly released, fingers crossed, on iOS as well in the official App Store. We'll see what happens, as you guys know what the app stores are like. And then the introduction of the community treasury, so the fees from the marketplace and the breeding go to the community treasury. So yes, that will be introduced, fingers crossed, in Q3. That was, I believe, always the plan anyway. It may be earlier, it may be a little bit later. And then finally the Grand Dash, hopefully we will introduce around then, which is the global tournament. We want to release it towards mid Q3 because of I guess the timeline of the year. We don't want to do it around Christmas because you don't want to have massive events around Christmas. So yeah, around that time, you know, it gives a perfect 12 months so that we could possibly skip the Christmas period, the New Year period, and then bring it home towards the middle of the year to have all of the celebrations, because a lot of people are active around the middle of the year, not so active towards the end of the year. And then finally, we'll move into Q4, October, November, and of course December. There's going to be actually a lot of optimizations. Throughout the year, we'll be having, you know, separate teams, and as the team does grow, working on other things through there. I should probably mention to you that a lot of this roadmap is missing, you know, the core of it. How we're going to do UI changes, releasing guild tools, and updates to the marketplace, all that type of stuff. We're going to be doing optimizations all the way through. In Q4, really, that's kind of the crunch period for us, where we will take the time away from new big releases, and or if we're behind on releases, we can fill the gaps through there, but also massive changes and optimizations. So, you know, possibly updating the UI or the UX or the marketplace, or optimizing racing, just dedicating staff time to that in Q4 so that we can bring in 2023 really on fire. Now, there is one thing that I do want to mention that is missing in here, which is something that I want to have a discussion with the community about, and so does the team. That's the rollout of skill-based control. So I will probably do a different video on this and probably do it on Twitter just to get your guys' personal opinion, because it's kind of difficult. The one thing that we're always going to have an issue with in this game, in any play-to-earn game, let alone normal games, you know, like PUBG got overrun with bots, like Call of Duty can barely stop hackers, you know what I mean? So the issue we're going to face always, especially when this revolves real money, and you can guarantee that all of the other NFT games where it revolves around money are having insane issues with bots. That's the fight that we're always going to be having. Now, player controlled, in theory, sounds great to preventing bots, but as you guys are well aware, these devs, these hackers, these bots, the people who make the bots, you know, they're extremely smart. And most of the time, they're not going to join our team. They're going to be working against you guys because it's the easiest route to earning money. So at the end of the day, what we need to do is weigh up the situation and weigh up the direction of the game with you guys in mind, and make sure that the game is obviously fun. The game's always going to be fun. We just need to measure in which direction, and if it can be exploited easy, do we take a different direction? So that's a discussion for another day, but that is somewhere within that timeline. We just can't give a rough estimate of the timeline simply because we don't know right now what direction we're going to take without your input, and we haven't had that discussion with you. So just keep that in mind. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this is not everything. There's going to be a lot. I just wanted to give you guys some of the main points that you're probably going to see throughout the year around that time. And things are always subject to change as things develop, as we come up with cooler new ideas and switch our focus. This will change, but we will get this out to you guys as soon as possible. I only got this about an hour ago, but I wanted to get it out to you as quickly as possible because you guys deserve to know as well what changes will be coming and estimated timelines and our personal goals. So that about wraps it up. If you guys have any questions, of course, as you know, jump into Discord anytime, whatever you want. We are there to help you 24/7. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the game. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Have a happy holidays. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.